Happy Wednesday, everyone. How are you all doing? I haven't been here on my Wednesday Night Live in a couple weeks. One of the weeks, a couple weeks ago, I was down in Dallas, so went live down there. And then last week, I was at a breast cancer awareness and support benefit. And so I went live from there with my daughter, Katie. So I'm back tonight here in my scrapbooking room, and I hope you guys are having a great week. We are halfway through it, 2 down and 2 more to go till the weekend. It's starting to get kind of chilly here in Dayton, Ohio. How is it with you all? Are you having some winter temperatures where you are? We definitely are here. Give me just a minute. I need to get my technology set up here so that I can see you guys when you respond. I hope you'll say hi. Oops, sorry. Set up here so that I can. I hope you'll say hi. Let me know where you're joining from. It's great to have you here, and it's great to have some comments from you as well. So tonight we are getting really close to Halloween and trick-or-treating. Are you guys ready? Do you have your bucket of candy to hand out to all the trick-or-treaters, or do you have your costume ready for your Halloween party this weekend? This weekend is my scrapbooking weekend, so we will be having a spooktacular time and cropping all weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. So tonight I wanted to get you in the Halloween spirit, help you get in the Halloween spirit and celebrate your Halloween by doing a border with you. And this border is called Something Wicked Border. It's a very wicked border. Let me hold that up there so you can see it. This is a border that is out on the Creative Memories blog, and it uses the bat and star border maker cartridge. That's what you see along the center there, the bats and the stars. That's a border maker cartridge. And then it uses a really cool technique that I like. So let's check it out. I like that I have the instructions, right? So that we can just follow those along, and make a spooktacular border. So I am using the Happy Hauntings collection, and then also a piece of black shimmer paper. So that is what you need to make this border. And of course, use what you have in your stash, whatever Halloween border or sticker that you have in your stash, use that. We definitely want to use up what we have, what we already have, right? That way we can buy more. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut a 12 by 3 inch strip of black and white striped paper for the base. So I have already done that. And like I said, this is from the Happy Haunting. Let me just show you that real quick. So this is the Happy Hauntings paper. So cute, has so many fun papers in here for Halloween, especially this one. And I haven't used it yet, but especially this one here with the dark night and the full moon. I love it. So the paper that we are using for this is this black stripe paper right here. You can see that. I'm going to hold that up real close there. That is the black stripe paper that we're using from this collection. And then there's also a couple others that we're using, and I'll show you that in just a second. So first step says to cut our piece of paper here into a 12 by 3 strip. And we're just going to make sure that our lines are vertical when we cut. So I've done that already. I've got my 12 by 3 strip. And then we are going to cut a 12 by 2 piece of cardstock. And that can be any cardstock. If you have a 12 by 2 in your scrap papers, just use that. I like to use the cover page from a paper pack, you definitely can use that because that is lignin and acid free. So you could use this for your cardstock for your border. So I have one that I had in my stash, in my scraps. So I'm using that. So I cut out my 12 by 2 piece of cardstock. That's what this is, 12 by 2. And then you're going to cut 12 1-inch by 2-inch pieces of various paper. So here's a 1-inch by 2-inch, and you want various decorative paper because that's what it is behind here, or actually I say behind, yeah, behind here. Let's just say that. All of these strips of paper here. So they have an orange, a purple, and then a dark orange is what they used. Orange, purple, dark orange, orange, purple, dark orange. You see that pattern going across here. So that's what these 1 by 2-inch pieces of paper are going to be. And we're going to take those and we're going to adhere them to that piece of cardstock that we cut, that 12 by 2 piece of cardstock. We're going to cut out 12 strips, 2 by 1-inch strips, and we're going to adhere them all along this piece of cardstock here, one next to the other, just like that, all the way down that piece of cardstock. And that's what I did here on the other side. You'll see that I used the purple. I have a purple, the purplish gray, the dark orange, and then the lighter orange and yellow that has the moon. So those 3 are what I did, and then I repeated those. So you're going to need 12 strips of paper. If you wanted to use 12 different patterns, you can use 12 different patterns. However, whatever's pleasing to your eye is what you should do. So then you're just going to adhere them along this 12 by 2 piece of cardstock. Okay, so that's the next step. So get all of those on that piece of cardstock. And then what are we going to do? So, okay, and then we're going to cut this. This is going to be fun. I read these instructions beforehand and thought, oh, that is a cool little trick. So we made this 12 by 2 strip of paper with these alternating colors on it. And now we're going to cut that in half. And we're going to put half of that at the top of the border and half of that at the bottom of the border. So it says to cut that strip into 2 12 by 1/2-inch strips. So 2 1/2-inch strips. Cut the strip into 2 12 by 1/2-inch strips and 1 12. Oh, okay. 2 12 by 1/2-inch strips and 1 12 by 1 strip. I read that incorrectly the first time I read through that. All right, so let's follow that. So first we need to cut the strip into 2 1/2-inch strips. Okay, so let's do the 1/2-inch. And if you have the Creative Memories trimmer, the 1/2-inch is right here, this first line right here. And I'm just going to lay my paper over there and double check that. So yeah, this is the 3/4 inch. And then this is the 1/2-inch. So it's this line right here. So we're going to cut that in a 1/2-inch. Cut the strip into 2 12 by 1/2-inch strips. Okay, so we need 2 of those. So we're going to do that same thing again. Cut this at 1/2 inch. Okay, so we've cut 1 inch off of here now. We have 2. Oh, I'm losing one of my pieces here. I'm going to need to adhere that. So we have 2 1/2-inch strips and 1 1-inch strip, which is what this will be because this was a 2-inch. Yeah. So we don't need to cut this anymore. So we have 2 1/2-inch and 1 inch. Okay. And I had one little piece here that's fallen off. So I'm going to put some more adhesive on the back of him. There we go. Okay. Now, adhere the two 12 by ½ inch strips on the base about 5/16 of an inch from the top and the bottom edges. Okay, so if you can see in the picture, we're going to leave some of that black at the top so that we can see our vertical black stripes. And then we're going to put that ½ inch about 5/16 down. And I'm not measuring that. I am just going to eyeball it. And I'm just going to put some repositionable on the back of this. And then I'm going to get this stuff out of the way here. And then I'm going to lay this down here on my mat. It's just nice to have this mat because I have these lines, my measurement lines here at the top and the bottom, and I can just get as close to 5/16 as I can. So 5/16 is going to be that one, a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. So let's see, that seems like it's going to be kind of low, but let's just lay that down. I'm not going to press it down yet. Okay, and then let me see my other one. And this is like 5/16 here. All right, let's just lay the rest of it out before I do anything. Oh, he's going to have to turn around. Before I put anything down, let's just lay it out. Okay. Okay, so cut, adhere the two 12 on the base about 5/16 of an inch from the top and bottom edges. So, like I said, that's about, it's a little more than 1/4 of an inch. So, okay. All right, so let's lay the rest of this out. All right, using your 12-inch trimmer and the scallop blade, cut a 12 by 1.5 inch scallop strip with light distressed paper. Well, I've already done that, and I just used the paper that is in the Happy Hauntings collection. And to me, what I think it's supposed to represent are like a mummy, it's supposed to look like a mummy to me. That's what it looks like to me, is mummy pieces of cloth, you know. So that's what I use. And the scallop, let me show you that real quick. So that blade, here it is, it's hiding. That is the purple one, okay? And it's got that dips, you know, so it's got the dips and then the points. I really like the scallop. And this is what it looks like when you use that in your 12-inch trimmer. So really cool effect with the scallop blade. Real easy to use. Let me just show you that real quick as well. So here's my 12-inch trimmer, and here's the blade mechanism. To change your blade, you're just going to flip up that cover that's on it and pull the blade out that's in it and put this one in it. And then snap it shut, and it's ready to use. I love these blades, and I love the fact that I can take them with me wherever I go. They're right here on the back, so I don't get to my crop and think, oh man, I forgot to bring my scallop blade. They're all right here with me. One of the best features of our 12-inch trimmer is the storage on the back. It's awesome. So I'm just going to switch that back out since I already cut my piece. But basically, when you put the scallop blade in there, you put your paper in and you guide it down just like you do with the straight blade and cut. And it gives you this nice, pretty pattern. So let me just flip this back over. I'm going to snap this blade back here, back in, and then I'm not going to lose it. Okay, so I have my 12 by 1.5 inch scallop strip. And it says to adhere it to the middle of the border. Adhere the 12 by 1 inch wide on top of it. So we're going to have this and this. Okay. And this has to go in the middle. Okay. So I think it's supposed to cover a little bit of these 1/2 inch ones. Okay. Let me get that one back in. Like so. So we're going to cover a little bit of it, but it's peeking out over the top and the bottom. And then we're going to lay this one on top of the white. And I need to turn it around. Ooh, very cool. I love that effect. Okay, so I just need to, there we go, line some of these up here. Very cute. I like it. Okay, so we're going to adhere all that here in just a minute, but let's see what's next. Okay, so using the Bats and Stars Border Maker cartridge, here come the bats, here come the stars. Let me turn that here if you can see it. Little cuties there. Oh, I think you can see it there. This is what that looks like when you punch them out, little bats. Oh, not focusing. There you go. And punch a border using your black shimmer solid cardstock, saving the punched out bats for the trick or treat border. Oh, okay. So there are a couple borders. I'll show you in just a minute. There are a couple borders that are out on the blog that use the Bats and Stars Border Maker cartridge. And this is one of them. And I'll show you the second one here in just a second. But it's saying when you cut these out, save your little bats because you're going to use them in the other border. Okay. And then trim out to 12 by 1 1/8 and adhere on top of the multi-hued 12 by 1 as shown. Okay. So we're going to cut our border together and then we're going to trim it. Let me get this out of the way for now, and then we're going to adhere all of this down in a minute. Okay. So here is my black shimmer cardstock. I'm going to put my Border Maker cartridge in the mechanism, the punch mechanism. Okay. It's in there nice and tight. And then I'm going to get the paper holder and we're going to lift the tray out, unfold the tray. It's folded down under here. We're going to unfold the tray and snap it into place. And then we're going to lift up the arm that holds your paper. And we're going to slide our paper in all the way to the edge here, all the way in. There's a nice edge here on the tray. So it holds your paper nice and straight. So we're going to slide that in. We're going to put the arm down. And then we're going to fold that tray back underneath the paper holder and it snaps into place. Okay, so now we have our paper in this paper holder and we're ready to punch it. And the paper is sticking out here on the edge to give us that room to punch it. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide the paper here in the center of the Border Maker cartridge. And as you can see, there's 2 little silver notches that stick out here. Sorry, I know that's not coming into focus well. There's 2 little notches on every Border Maker cartridge. As you slide along and punch, those lock into place down here so that it's not slipping and causing you to punch incorrectly. And then there's also a little notch here on the punch mechanism. And there's a little notch here on the arm that holds the paper down. And you line those up as you punch. And so you slide it down. It locks into place with these 2 little knobs that stick out. And you line up these notches here. So I'll show you. So we're going to start here at the top with this first notch. And we're going to slide this on your paper. And we're going to lock it into place. Okay, it's locked into place with those 2 little silver knobs at the bottom. And my notch here and my notch here are lined up. So I know I'm ready to punch. And then I'm going to slide it down my paper. Now, if you have a border that has more intricate, more pieces, more areas that are being punched out, it's possible that you would need to actually, instead of sliding it down to the next notch to make your next punch, to take it off and move it in and out because sometimes sliding it down, those little intricate pieces will get caught. So just, take your time and you'll be able to feel if something's getting caught. But this one's pretty easy to punch out. There we go. And see, we have a bunch of little guys here, little stars, little bats that we're going to save because those will definitely look great in another border or on a page or on a card. Cute little guys. Okay. So we're just going to push them aside here. All right. Now to release my paper, I'm just going to lift up the arm and slide my paper out. There we go. The Border Maker cartridge is such an easy tool to use, and mine is going to look a little different than the one that you buy today, the one that they have currently, because I've had mine forever. I mean, they just last. This is the first version of the Border Maker cartridge system, and I can't even tell you when I bought it. It would have been, let's see, trying to remember how old my punch. I have all the punches. So I think it was around 2012, maybe the first border, when the Border Maker cartridge first came out. So it just lasts forever. Okay, so now it said, let's review here. I cut out my bats and stars, trim out to the 12 by 1 1/8. Okay. 12 by 1 1/8. Let's see. So 12 by 1 1/8. That seems kind of wide to me. Because it's going to go on top of this. So I'm just going to measure here, because that's how it's going to look. Isn't that cute? We're going to put that colors underneath it. So 1 1/8 seems like a lot, like too wide. Okay, so I'm just going to trim it. I'm just going to line it up here. That measurement seems kind of wide to me. So I need it to just fit on here. And the edge of that, let's just move it down a little bit here. The edge of that is right there. Is that 1 1/8? Maybe it is 1 1/8. Okay. Oh, shoot. Let me try that again. So I think we need it about right there. Let's give it a shot. If not, we can do it again. That will work. Okay, let's adhere all of this stuff down so we can take a look. All right, because that is our last, that's our last step. All right, so let's adhere this down now. I'm going to take all the pieces apart and let's get this lined up. All right, I seem to have some white at the end of here. I'm going to pull this back up, and I've got everything packed away. We just need a little pair of scissors. Here we go. Seem to have a little white sticking out on the end, and it's causing it to not line up right. So we're just going to trim that off. All right. So it said 5/16 in from the edge, right? So let's right here. And at the top, it's right there. Oh. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to turn the paper around and do the same thing with this one. I'm going to line it up. Let me just trim off that little white edge I have here. Okay, I'm going to put some repositionable on the back of here. Oop. And then we're going to make sure that we put it in the right direction so that the colors are the same. And here's the 5/16 here. And there's 5/16 there. Okay. If you like, when you're trying to line these up, you can put a little bit of repositionable on the back of your paper, just so you know that it's straight. Okay. I got a little bit of wave going on here, but maybe that's because of the lines, and maybe it's a, oh, sorry. Maybe it's a optical illusion. Okay, so now the next part of our border is this white piece. We're going to lay that here on top. And then we're going to layer these two. So we've got some good layering going on here. And I'm just going to take my repositionable along the edge of these, down the edge. There we go. Hey, Vicki. I am happy to see you too. Hey, Teresa. I'm happy to see you. All right. So there we go. We'll keep, let's see if we can't. There we go. All right, so there's my white center. All right, and then we're going to put this next layer down of the 1 inch, and you could use photo tape. If you have some photo tape, that would be nice, just to put one big long strip of photo tape, or you could use your repositionable, or you can use your regular adhesive. Totally up to you, whatever you prefer. Okay. And then I'm going to lay this, making sure that my colors, I have this facing the right way to match up with the other two pieces. There we go. And then last but not least are my bats and my stars. And definitely going to use the repositionable for this one with all of the cutouts, all of the parts that are cut out of here. Much easier to use repositionable, and just run it right along there. And then whatever goes through the pieces that are cut out and gets on your mat, you just rub those right off. I love repositionable. All right. And then here we go. Our last layer is our bats and our stars. And then, you know, we want to get our didn't have that quite lined up. We want to get some fun die cuts and decorate this border. A couple pieces that are longer right here that I need to trim, but other than that, there we go. How fun. I like that. I like that technique with the layering and cutting, using the different colored paper. I just think this gives it such a cute look. And then they had, like I said, they did some fun embellishments over here with a little saying that says, "Something wicked this way comes." Eek. So that comes with your Happy Hauntings collection. That's part of the Happy Hauntings collection, those two little sayings. So be sure and get those as well, because those really make the border look cute. Okay, so that is the Something Wicked border. And then, like I said, there's two different borders that are out on the blog. The other one is called the Trick or Treat border, and that is where you use these little guys that we just cut out. You're going to use those all along that border, and it looks like you're using your decorative trimmer. I did not read through these instructions yet, but looks like you're doing a wavy cut here. You're using that same black and white paper, and then there's a gold paper in there, sparkly gold, really pretty. And again, you are going to cut out another bats and stars border, but then you're going to lay some of these bats on top as well. Really cute. This is another fun one. We'll have to give a try. And when you do, and you make these, please post them out to my page. We would all love to see how you interpret them and how you make them and what colors you use and what border you use. We'd all love to see it. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was great to see everybody again. Thanks for commenting. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. I hope you'll join me again next Wednesday. And then also my next Friday night crop is the 4th of November. Can you believe it? It's the 4th of November. It's crazy. So that is next Friday, a week from this Friday. We'll be getting together and making some fun layouts. We also like to just have some open crop time. So it's just time dedicated to work on our projects, and we talk and we have a great time. It really kicks off the weekend, to hang out with some ladies and do some scrapbooking. So I hope you'll join us. We start at 6:30 and we go till 10, and that is Eastern Standard Time. So, excuse me, I hope you'll join us. I have the registration link here on my page. So grab that, register, then you'll get an email with the Zoom meeting link, and then you use that to join the crop. And that's the same link for all of the crops. So if you just hang on to that link, you won't have to register again. All right, Friday night crop. And then our next 2+2, where Elisa and I each demonstrate a 2-page layout, that is November the 15th. I can't believe I'm talking about November already. It just seems crazy to me that November is here, but it is. What else? Oh, okay. So I wanted to give you guys, what is it? A sneak peek. I don't know that that's it, but I wanted to tell you guys about a new event that I have coming up. I am doing an all-day crop on Saturday, January 21st, and that's going to be here in Vandalia at the Senior Center. And it's from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to crop all day, and it's $25. So if you are in the area and you are looking for some dedicated time to work on your projects, join us that day. We are going to have so much fun. It's such a cute little facility, and we will all be in the same room, and you can bring your food with you. So yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun to see everybody. And, January is a time when here in Dayton, it's snowing and can be a little dreary. So come join us and enjoy a day away from your home and with some fellow scrapbookers. We would love to have you. So put that on your calendars. I am accepting registrations. So you can send me a check, you can PayPal me, you can Venmo me. I would love to have you all attend on Saturday, January 21st, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. All right. Just wanted to start getting that out there because I'm real excited about that event. I haven't hosted ever. Have I ever hosted an all-day crop? I mean, I do the weekend crops, so those are all day, but I've never done, I don't think I've ever done an all day crop in a really long time. I guess it's been a really long time. So I'm excited for this. It's going to be great. And, we've got 12 hours. So you can get so much done in 12 hours when you don't have the interruptions at home, like 3 dogs wanting to go outside. Those are my interruptions. So, all right. Anyway, so I'm excited for that. Well, you guys have a great week, and I will see you back here on Wednesday and hopefully Friday, the 4th for my Friday night crop. All right. Good night.